wanting to race today. So that's always fun.
Good start to the week.
Yeah, well, we can only show 4 people, of course. But yeah. Also, shout-outs to our trackers for today, Mama Sheepy and Nielsen Alex. They're gonna keep us up to date with the item progression if we miss any. And off we go.
We got a really quick map check from Etium there. I think there was a red crystal at Tower of Hera and Desert Palace, and the pendant at Eastern Palace, but I'm not sure which pendant.
Yeah, I have a bit of a delay.
Oh, there's another map check. That was a blue pendant at Eastern Palace.
It's 5-6 crystals in both Hera and Desert, and a blue pendant in Eastern Palace. Yeah. But I'm gonna restart in my stream here. Apparently, I have a bit of a delay. And Uncle telling us that we're adopted. Thanks, Uncle.
He's definitely on a delay right now because he's now handing out swords in the sewer. So, like I said, the casual seats, you get a guaranteed sword. With the early boots, you can pretty much dash through every enemy in your way. So, it's going to be a pretty trivial escape.
Yep. And we are entering the castle. And Check's human is going right? Okay. I mean, like, traditionally people go left. I don't think there's much of a difference going right. I think the right side has a few more guards, so there's like a few more left ranks, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really work.
Yeah, if I only saw it for a second, I believe the right side has, instead of having 2 of those guards with just like the little knives that just run around randomly, it has 2 of the guards with larger swords that will chase after you aggressively, so it's a little trickier to get past compared to the left side.
Yeah, and the left side also has pots that have hearts underneath, so if you want to refill for whatever reason, you can get it, but you can't get those there. Well, the right side does not have any pots at all. Of course, with the sword, the escape sequence, as you mentioned during our introduction, not much of a challenge. The big part is going to be, are we going to find bombs? The drop pool for all of the enemies also is randomized, so we may not even get an enemy having a bomb in its drop pool.
There are a lot of snakes and rats to kill down in the sewers, though.
Oh, yes.
Many of them gathered up in the corners, which are easy to take out with their sword spin, so good chance to farm a bomb there. But look at the amount of rupees I've run us up already, 111 rupees. That is pretty much going to sort out all of our Kakarika stuff straight away.
Absolutely. We can do the bottom ender, and looks like Etium got a fairy drop there. From a green guard. That's not going to help us right now. I mean, it did save Etium there, because Etium did take a heart of damage and would have died if that fairy didn't spawn. But something to note about standard mode is that during the escape sequence, we are provided with a lamp cone that we do not get otherwise, so that the lamp can spawn outside of the escape sequence. So that's something to be noted here. We usually say that Zelda is providing us a light cone, but even if you go into the dark sewer afterwards, if you deliver Zelda to the priest in the sanctuary, you still get the light cone in the escape sequence. So if you return for whatever reason, like for instance, you don't find a bomb, the back of escape has a glove, and it's the only glove you can access. So.
Yeah, some people say that it's Zelda herself who's carrying the lamp, but in this case, why can't he just take Zelda around and rest the seed?
So we can deliver the frog home, and the purple chest, and, you know.
You can take both Zelda and the frog, or the purple chest. I'm sure she doesn't mind the company, even if it's like an inanimate purple chest.
Also, the guy in the dick game does not like you having followers either, so.
Yeah, but he's a jerk.
That is true. Making you dig like 30 times for a big 20. Geez, thanks, guy. Oh, well, that solves all pump problems. There is, in fact...
farming is to say.
Yeah, there's a triple pack here in the Dark Cross, so we're good on that. I don't think we found the map yet, so that is going to be either in the back or in the Sanctuary.
Wolfie is farming a few of the snakes here. For some reason they're called ropes, I do not know why. Zelda naming logic, but not going to be necessary because he's going to get his 3 bombs from the chest here, so that costs him a little bit of time.
I mean...
Yeah, there's a couple of angry slashes at the chest there because he knows that.
Yeah. I think they're called rows because if you tie them together, you can, make a lasso out of them. I'm actually not sure. Do the rats have different names, or are they called rats?
I honestly do not know. I mean, they're rats. What else would you call them, really? Perhaps their Japanese name, but that's guaranteed to have way more syllables than just rat. Jack skipping the chest by the... Oh, right, that was a map.
Yeah,
of course,
that
because it wasn't in the back room. Okay.
Yeah, that had to
that
be the
makes
map.
sense.
But yeah, I mean, you could have called it snake instead of rope, but still called rope, so,
Yeah, I just remember they're called ropes because it's such a weird name. Why not just call them snakes or cobras or whatever they are?
I mean, the bats also are called keys, so, Either way, we found some cash in the bunk rocks, so, And with the boots, we're probably going to see lumberjack checks from just about everybody, since it's not that much of a time loss, and it can be very vital information to have. Plus, with the sword, we can just dash through those 4 bushes, or 5 bushes next to the house, off the lumberjacks as well. And it's just a hard container, so...
Thinking about the keys though, in later Zelda games, they tend to be things like, say like in Ocarina of Time, you tend to get the fire keys, which are more like flaming skulls with rings and that are on fire.
I thought
and they get the ice keys, which are surrounded blue fire, so they're kind of like more fantastical than just regular bat. But a rat is a rat and a snake is a snake, or rope.
Wolfie found the flute here in the dam is actually going to South Shore route first. And Glove is in the Thief's Hideout in the Lost Woods as well, so that's pretty cool. Also, the flying skulls are actually, I think, called Bubble, or something like that. They have a different name. The keys are the actual bats. I remember them in the Ocarina of Time Fire Temple being a huge pain in the rear. So...
Oh yeah, but if you go in Dodongo's cabin, you get the fire keys there, and if you look really closely, I think they're literally just skulls with little rings flying on fire, but way smaller than the actual bubbles in those games.
Whatever. Zelda enemies are weird. So we're gonna see Minimal Worm. We're gonna see a water walk here from Chex Human, going straight to the Ice Rock Cave.
Yeah, gutsy water walk.
Let's see if it pays
Just
off.
10 hours.
Well, not really. But at least Wolfie has a flute, so can route that in with their Kakariko checks. So that's a little bit of time saved having to go over there. And that's also why Wolfie skipped going to Ice Rock Cave, because Wolfie knows, okay, I have the flute, I can just do Kakariko now, and they're flute to 8, and that's faster.
I half expected Chex to go water walking or fake flippering into the Zora area, but nope, he's going straight to Minimoto instead. So better unorthodox routing, and didn't really pay off for him.
Yeah. It looks like Illis found Ether. I think that might have been off of the bottom ender.
Well, there's a Master Sword in the Minimoto cave, so that is useful. Nothing else of much use in there, though. Just mostly life.
Oh, it was in the well, not on the bottom ender. My bad. So that means Wolfie also has the Master Sword then. Since Wolfie went to the Minimoto cave as well. Oh, there's the... But the bottom ender does have an item, which is the mirror. Oh. So it was a round, shiny item that the bottom ender held. It just was the wrong one that I saw.
Library just has a piece of heart, which is just exactly what you want to see when you have early boots and can check it immediately.
Mm-hmm. And a piece of heart on the race skin as well, so... I mean... What does this open, this item set that we got with glove, mirror, and flute so far? I guess Death Mountain?
You can get up to Death Mountain, you can check out what's inside Spectacle Rock, and that's about it, really. You
I
can't
mean,
get much else.
I mean, you can do Tower of Hera if it's not Firelock.
Oh yeah, true, yeah, with that mirror you can go into Tower of Hera, but if it's Firelocked, then it's looking probably like a runners will have to dip into Eastern Palace at this rate.
Oh yes, the
It could also be seeing somebody run over to Agina, because oftentimes if you get an early boots, or if you start off with boots, then runners will often just try to just run straight over to Agina, just get it out of the way.
I mean, we
really
also have
isolated check.
we also have the flute, so we can just flute to 6 and run over to Agina from there. So, like, the combination of those two items allows us to get that check done very quickly. Other than that, yeah, I mean, Eastern area still holds many, many secrets for us. For instance, we could talk to Sasha to learn where the green pendant is. Let's see if one of our runners does that. We know it's in the Dark World.
So it's Jack's Human's turn to use the flute, and because we've got audio on him, get your 07s in chat, for we've got another goose on the loose. Yeah, because we've had some runners kind of take like the standard routing a bit backwards here, we are mostly seeing everybody retrace their steps at the moment, so... oh, E.T. making use of that ether to one-shot the Moldovs in here.
Yeah,
Drains his magic, but gets him through much quicker.
Yeah, had like a sliver of just enough magic left to cast ether. Very smart, actually, because you know, it's a bit of a chore to the minimal and cave with the fighter sword. So may as well. We're not using that magic for anything else for now. So. All right, let's see. Illus has gone through all of the checks now, and let's see where Illus will head up first. 1. So we're gonna see Death Mountain off of Illus.
I mean, you do sequence break a little bit here, but it's a fairly quick check to do with the old man and getting into Spectacle Rock, and that's pretty much all he can. Well, and then dip into Tower of Hera and see if he can do any of that.
Yeah.
If he wants to go over to the eastern area, that takes a bit more time to do, and if you find out much later in the Eastern Palace if you're actually blocked by the blocked or not, and that's depending on you actually finding the bow in Eastern Palace.
Yeah.
Of course, actually clearing it would still be a secret break without the lamp, but Eastern Palace dark rooms are some of the easier dark rooms in the game. So if you want to start secret breaking dark rooms, Eastern Palace is your best bet to start learning there, where to do dark rooms.
Yeah, even I can do Eastern Palace dark rooms, and I'm not very good at this game.
Even I can do Eastern Palace dark rooms, and that is definitely saying something.
Yeah.
But don't talk to me about Mizumara. Just don't.
Oh well, look at that! There is a spectacle rock item that we are definitely gonna want because the moon portal is on top of it.
Medium walked up to Agina just now and checked out his item, but I missed what it was.
That was a piece of heart, I think.
Ah, shame.
Yeah. So Etium did what I was saying earlier, fluting to 6 and then running over to Agina, also getting a desert ledge check in there. Sadly, it did not pay out. That said, Moon Pearl on Death Mountain, and we're gonna see Sahasrara here from Check's Human, so we're having a good amount of divergence. A stash of money that the old man is hiding. I don't think he talked to Sahasrara though, so he's skipping out and diving into Eastern though.
He knows the Green Pendant is in Dark World, and well, you only really speak to him in Key Sanity really when you don't have knowledge of where pendants are just by checking the map. So as soon as he gets into Dark World, he's just like, check the map, there's Green Pendant, done. So
we got a hint that some bombs are in Swamp Palace in the Tower of Hera lobby, and the first item as well. And I think the first basement, like the lower basement, has the big key. So we are not fire locked out of at least beating Tower of Hera. There might still be a second item though.
Idiom did take the water walk over to the Zora area and found 2 pieces of heart in the cave. Fortunately, he's missing out the 300 rupees from the Old Man on Death Mountain, so he's not going to be able to pay off the king here, and there's just 20 rupees on the ledge.
Yeah.
Unless
So
King Zora has something, this area is a bust.
yeah, and also for ATM, he orphaned King Sora here, so I mean, likely we'll route it in with Catfish if that ever comes to pass. We'll Catfish and then mirror over, but still, not a good feeling, especially since there's two 300 rupee drops like just there in Sahasrala and the Old Man, and we're gonna get a check off of the hidden spectacle rock with the other two runners on Death Mountain. Oh. Well, look at that. Well, I hope for Illis and Wolfie that unique item in Nest Palace is not going to come back to bite them. The Ice Sword is in Turtle Rock. It's vanilla location. It's at the hint in the big chest room. And we also got a Fire Rod in it, in front of it. So both rod locations basically, or the information thereof, next to each other. So that's nice.
Very unlikely that unique item in Desert Palace is going to burn them, actually, pun intended, because they have gotten the Fire Rod in Tower of Hair, which is their fire source, which will allow them to clear Desert Palace when they get into Desert Palace. And to get into Desert Palace, they are either going to need the Titan Smiths or the Book of Medora, and once they're in there, they can clear out the whole place and finish it. So I don't think unique item in Desert Palace is really going to burn them much unless they like trying to do Swamp Palace without the hook shot, and it's actually the hook shot in Swamp Palace. It's essentially, once you've unlocked your Desert Palace access, you're probably going to go straight there and just finish it off straight away, because it's a quick dungeon.
That is true, but I have seen people put on Desert Palace for quite a while, so...
Illis also taking the Water Walk over to the Zora area, but Illis has the 500 rupees required for him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Okay, I saw the Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that was the hint. Like, right behind the, right behind the Fire Rod is the Asteroid hint. So, that was pretty nice.
It's practically vanilla, though. As in, as far as Rando vanilla goes. Last chest on Laser Bridge confirmed. Oh dear, oh dear. Zora had a hammer. That's gonna burn. No, it's not gonna burn ETM because he's headed straight back there. Okay. So King Zora has a hammer, so that is our Dark World access.
Wow.
Very luckily for ETM, as soon as he got that money, he's just heading straight back to Zora and not even thinking of going into Eastern or anywhere else.
That is a bizarre play, but I dig it. Like, it's like, yeah, okay, sure. So, blimey.
Wolfie is headed up there, and it looks like Checkshuman is also going to make his way up to... Maybe? No? He's going back into mini modal. Oh, he's right, he's saving a water walk. Okay.
Also, I just realized that I had the wrong chat open the entire time and was wondering when we was talking. Oops. Sorry, chat. Didn't mean to ignore you on purpose. But yeah, that means Dark World access for all of our runners. And that means for Wolfie is gonna go for Hype Cave right away, while Illis is using that hammer to clear the rest of that mountain. And we're gonna get a map check here. The other two pendants we were missing are in Swamp Palace and in Misery Mire. And Mire has a green pendant, in fact.
Illis just got the red boomerang, and in front of the Hype Cave is the blue boomerang. Also a mushroom, piece of heart, 20 rupees, and 20 rupees. So, pretty boring Hype Cave.
I mean, that depends on what that mushroom holds. But yes, on paper, yes. Also, why is Etium's funny sprite naked?
Never trust a furry sprite.
Alright, so there's a second ball here in the Paradox Cave. The upper part, or the lower part, depending on which angle you look at it. Otherwise, nothing really of note. The random bomb pack as well. Yeah, that Hive Cave rating is pending until we know what the mushroom is. But yeah, that trip up this mountain did not pay off very well for Illis there. Did not find anything of value. Atium has the advantage that Atium can just go and clear it with one go, so does not have to climb back up.
There was that fire rod in here, which is super useful because you really need it for Skull Woods, and you also really need it as a fire source until you can find something else.
No. I mean, for Illis, because Illis did Tower of Hera, and then went to Sora to pick up the hammer. Oh, that's the book in the digging game, yeah.
So that's a Desert Palace access I was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Illis beat Tower of Hera, picked up the hammer from Zora, and then climbed back up to Death Mountain to do the eastern side with the hammer. So that's what I meant.
Looks like Wolfie is going to go clear out the village of outcasts and probably Thieves Town too, before going to Desert Palace.
I imagine maybe Wolfie also will check the pedestal, because already here you have the book. You know, you have to take the long way anyway because you don't have the mitts. So
quite possible, yeah.
You might as well.
Or you just skip it, because it's 20 seconds.
I mean, you also have the mirror, so you can't just do it when you do Skull Woods.
It's a very reasonable play to go straight through Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town at this point, because if you've got the hammer, you can knock out the big chest in Thieves Town without having to worry about leaving it behind. Actually, it looks like Wolfie's going to dip into Skull Woods first. He's got the fire rod, so he can finish Skull Woods, and on his way through Skull Woods, he can check out that pedestal, if you may right outside the back entrance.
Yeah.
Edium has finished his own Tower of Hera and is looking to go clear the rest of Death Mountain like Illis did.
Mm-hmm. But fortunately for him, does not have to climb back up Death Mountain to do so, and just walk over there.
He kind of attacks the I can't remember the name of those enemies. The dead rocks, just for the sake of it. I think he thought about checking out what medallion was required for Turtle Rock, but no mitts, so you can't get into Dark World from there.
I think he was checking what it was on the floating island, actually. Because you don't see like from down there, so you have to go up a little bit and see what is on there. I think it was rupees or arrows, something with a number on them at least.
Yeah, I'd already looked what the floating island was earlier, and just completely disregarded it, or that he was checking it.
And of course, without a small key, Wolfie will have to use one of the fire rod shots to kill that Gibdo and get the small key off of it. That was a weird graphical glitch on that Atium's side there. Open up the chest, nothing came out. I mean, I think it was trash, so it may as well have been nothing.
Wolfie taking on Mothula here and taking quite a few hits from the Moth.
Yeah.
Got to play carefully because I think one more hug of the Moth will finish him off.
Yeah.
Or a hit in the face from the fireballs. Ouch.
Yeah. There it is. The conveyor belt, very unfortunately, turned its direction and basically shoved Wolfie into the Moth there. So that was unfun. Wolfie will have to do this again. Personally, I would not have taken on the Mothula with this equipment. At least wait until I get a male upgrade or a better sword. But
it's kind of like the vanilla level of equipment you would be attacking Mothula with in the regular game. I mean, Morphle is a very tough fight if you're doing it in the regular game, because you would have this amount of heart containers, Master Sword, Fire Rod, probably no half magic, and yeah, it's practically vanilla.
It practically is vanilla, but I don't like vanilla Mothula, so you know.
Nobody likes Morphle unless playing Randomizer and Morphle appears outside of this room, in which case he's just a really inconsequential bug.
Oh yes, be squished. And looks like everybody except for Etium is in Skull Woods now. Everyone is going straight for Mothula as well. And oh, I thought Wolfie got grabbed the Wall Master there, but luckily he did not. It looks like Etium is actually not going for the Village of Outcasts area, but instead is doing the Pyramid and possibly the Catfish or Pod play.
Yeah, if you're going to do Eastern Dark World, now's a fairly good time for it, because you've got the Mushroom, you can go over, do the Pyramid, get over to the Magic Shop, mirror, check the Mushroom, mirror back, check Catfish, and then go do whatever else. Oh, Wolfie takes another death to Mothula. This has allowed Checkhuman and Illus to catch up to him, and Illus gets his kill, just a compass from the Moth.
Yeah, but also a crystal. And Etium finds a stash of money on the Pyramid, decides to grab it, had only like 150, so it made sense to grab that 300 stash for some safety money.
You can buy some potions whilst he's checking out this mushroom at the same time. So, yeah, quite reasonable to pick up that money. Mushroom is a small shield.
Well, drugs for protection.
I think the blue potion he bought is probably going to save his life much more than a piddly little shield like that would.
Yeah, it really...
I think that said big shots for your bow, so yeah, 10 shots for your bow, so 10 hours. Dead pet.
That said, Wolfie found the Tempered Sword. I think that one was in the chest in the lower level that you have to like drop down to.
Correct. This could well give him the edge to finish off Buffalo this time.
Yep. And Catfish just has some money.
So nothing on Eastern Dark World for Idiom. So he's going to be heading into the Dark World now from Flit's Forecast. Very likely he's going to go into Skull Woods like everybody else, but he's just falling a little behind here because of his routing. Wolfie takes down Muffler this time with barely a scratch on him.
Yeah. That Tempered Sword was just the boost Wolfie needed. So despite a lot of divergence very early on, in the end, the seed so far has been actually fairly linear. The version mostly was for Sphere 1 locations. So...
Checksuman also deciding to do a little bit of overall checks here, checking out what was on the ledge and getting a blue mail in the back of the graveyard here. Turning his slightly off-color Link into a rather disgusting shade of mustard.
So it was head color Link. I was right, actually.
Yeah, if you're suspicious about the color of Link, wait until he gets the mail. Then it gets wild.
Oh yeah, if you get the red mail, he's all pink. But there also is a pink Link sprite, so... If you like the pink, you just use that one. I think only that one only has like different colored sleeves to go with the pink robe and hat.
I would just say, why not do every color at once and use tie-dye link? Idiom got his temper tooled before going to Mophila, unlike everyone else, so this will help him a bit.
Yeah. I think maybe EDM was hoping that that chest might have a small key that can save the fire rod shot or having to attack the Gibdo there.
To get something even better.
Yeah, and will make Mothula a lot more easy.
He takes quite a few hits, but down goes Moth after some sword slashes. And that is 2 crystals for all of our runners now.
Mm-hmm. And we also have a unique item in the Thief's Town Attic. I think it'll skip the hint as well, so... one of our trackers, Nils and Alex, pointing out that the hint actually was just walk away. And I suppose Illis did just do that. Yeah, there's always a chance that some of the hints in a seed are going to be joke hints. At least meant to be joke hints, which are the green ones with the link face in them. Some hints are a bit of a joke, but not on purpose, at least.
You can sometimes find out where the springboard is.
Oh yes, can also tell you that Dodongo doesn't like smoke. And apparently that beans and toast make great breakfast. Which is true. But yeah, so far, Thief's Son has not paid out.
It's a crystal, so you pretty much have to do most of it anyway. And just like checking out the big chest with the hammer in hand both puts your mind at ease and is really quick to do. So
my guess is that the unique item in Desert Palace is either the lamp or the Titan's Myth. But yeah, nothing really of value in terms of progression items in Thief's Town either. So, where the progression at, gang?
Nothing in the brewery for Illis. And he's probably going to be floating here to somewhere else, but where's he going to go? Most likely desert? Yeah, that's exactly where he's going. Tenna is on the desert ledge, and we saw Gina up much earlier from Idiom. That was nothing.
Yeah, Idiom also checked the desert ledge at that point, but Illis will probably do Agina after clearing Desert Palace. Since that will be most convenient. Unless it's the Titan's Myths, in which case Illis might do the My area first, and then mirror over.
Tex Human is playing in the dark.
Protest out of not finding the lamp yet.
I've seen a glitch where the blind swim just becomes this like a lemon yellow monstrosity, but I haven't seen it turn dark like this before.
Yeah, I've seen the garbled color glitch as well. Alright, so what is that unique item in Desert Palace? It's not this, because this is just 10 arrows. There's the big key, so our big chest will either have the map or that unique item. And depending on what is in that big chest, Lanmolas will have the other one. Oh yeah, I forgot about the torch.
There's this compass and a hint tower saying redundant information because everybody would have gone to mini-mod already, well before Desert Palace. At least we're taking the most unreasonable routing possible. Map in a big chest. So whatever unique item it is on Lanmolas.
Indeed.
If it's a useless unique item, like say, I don't know, Bombers Battalion, when you don't need Bombers to get in any of the dungeons, then this would cost you a tiny bit of time compared to doing it in Go mode, but really, it's not that much. And if it is something really useful, like say, hookshot or flippers or bow, then
yeah,
it will be big.
I think it's probably gonna be lamp or Titans-Smith. Or flippers. It could be flippers as well, and then you'd be required to basically dip into Swarm Palace at this point. Which would be a huge pain.
So check Subin starting in Desert Palace while Luz is just getting to the back.
Yep.
Medium about halfway through Feast Town, and Wolfie about to finish up in Feast Town. Just taking the blinded disguise to his final destination. Literally.
You could say it's Blind's final countdown as well. And we're about to see what Lanmolas is holding for us today. They could be an optional item, but at this point, there's not that many options left. I guess Ether Tablet or Bombus Tablet.
Well, it was one of the optics into
Well
Titans.
then, French Vanilla. Yeah, my guess was correct then. Yay! Yeah, I would check my area now, and then probably Dark Death Mountain. It looks like Illis is going for Athena first.
He was going to do this anyway without the Titans-Smith, but you can go do this then flute to the Desert Ledge, get into my area, check all that out, and then go wherever you may wish.
Yeah, I said I personally would have done the my area first, because then you could have done Checkerport Cave, and from going up Checkerport Cave, you can jump down the ledge and go there to Athena. Little bit more efficient, but you know, this is like chump change in the grand scheme of things.
Although he's kind of walking back and forth here, he doesn't want to check out the Maya area. No, he wants to go to Village instead.
Ah, the Smith chain, I guess, is on Illis's mind here.
If he wants to do the Smith chain and get the purple chest and then check out the Bombers tablet, which he can perfectly do, that still doesn't get you into the Maya area any quicker. So if I'd fluted to the Desert Ledge, I'd have just gone and checked out the Maya area immediately and then do the Smith chain after. But maybe he's hoping he gets Kane from this, and then he can do the Maya area and Missy Maya all in one fell swoop.
But do you really want to do Misery and Mire if it's a pendant, even if it's a
No, I don't.
Yeah, so. And
so
was using Fire Rock strats there on Lanmolas.
We're still missing quite a few items for Go mode though, so it may well be that we have to dip into Maya for some reason. We've only got a 1 and a 3 chance of getting in there, though, and we don't even have a cane to complete it. So, yeah, it's going to be at the back of our runners' minds.
So we still need the bow, the hook shot, the flippers, whatever medallion is required for Pebble Rock if it is not ether. Logically, the lamp, the cane of Samaria, and I mean, you'd like to find the silvers if you can, but you know, whatever.
And Texhuman is checking out my air, unlike Gillis. And Wolfie is dipping into Pod and Easton.
Yeah. I don't think Chex checked the medallion there, just ran past it, so still a mystery.
I think that was Craig. I couldn't quite tell because of the stream quality, unfortunately.
I think so as well, but I'm also not entirely sure. Also, yes, chat, we already know where the asteroid is, which is why I didn't mention it. We know that is in Pebble Rock. Hold on, was it 10 arrows or was it silver arrows? I didn't...
That was 10 hours.
That was 10 arrows.
So my area had nothing.
Well... Speaking of silver arrows, well, guess what the purple chest had today? Some toothpicks from Gary.
Let's have the kind of prophecy picks, prophecy routing here. I can do my area, but no, I am going to do purple chest instead because the silver arrows cannot possibly be in my area. They must be in a purple chest. And then he's just going my area anyways to prove that he's not a prophet.
Man. What timing. And
that was an interesting hint for ETM. The Cane of Samaria is on the tablet. So he is going to go over to this bomber's tablet immediately.
Yeah.
It's not that, but we know it's going to be on the ETH tablet now.
Yeah. Wow, that's actually a really good hint. It's that's very unfortunate for those runners who skip this one thing. Also, we're gonna see Permit Fairy here from Checksuman. With Desert and Tower of Hera being both the 5/6 crystals, you know, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Big ball, big bust.
And since Checksuman has not done the Permit or Catfish checks yet, sadly Permit Fairy did not have anything. You know, can do that as well.
Ellis deliberately ignores the shield that's Idiom picked up by there. Absolutely disgusted with the shield, doesn't want any part of it. Nothing in Eastern for Wolfie, so he's going to take that mirror portal back and check out a bit of Pod instead.
No, we are not in bow mode yet, Chet. We still need the flippers, we still need the hook shot, we still need the, well, we do know where the King of Samaria is now, at least, so.
Oh, wait, I think Wolfie might actually be locked out of Pod, because he doesn't have any bottles, so he can't even do person glitch if he lacks keys.
And it looks like Illis is doing the plunge into Ice Palace here.
Yeah, completely out of logic because no flippers, but he can fully complete it.
Well, I mean, unless Coldstare has a key, in which case logically it would have been King of Samaria locked as well.
I mean, essentially doing this, he can skip getting the flippers entirely because...
Oh, yes. Yeah, Swamp is a... Oh, yeah, you're right. Swamp is a pendant. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Just with the one caveat that if there is something in Swamp, and Swamp does have a lot of chests in there, if, say, like the burst in Swamp, this could really mess with Illus here. But if there's nothing in Swamp, then yeah, this is a really good sequence break to do. The hook shot requires a Cane of Samaria.
Well, that's not a lot of locations. That's either in Pebble Rock or on Vitris. Or potentially on Coldstare. If that might copy on Coldstare because it has... Okay, yeah, my bad. I just brain farted there. So it has to be either Internal Rock or on Vitreous then. I think actually, hold on.
Depending
Hookshot.
on your key logic in Ice Palace, if there's a small key that drops from Cold Stare, then logically you're required to have the Cane of Samaya to finish Ice Palace. If there's no key from Cold Stare, then you don't need the Cane of Samaya to finish Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's why I said it was a brain fart. But hold on. Hookshot is not required to beat any of the crystal dungeons. That means it could also be on right side of GT. You're so quiet.
I was just thinking about it a second, but Chexium gets his Cane of Samaya from that Ether tablet. Don't think he got the hint tile in Swamp Palace, unlike Idiom. So that's just a very nice cane for him.
Not a lot of people actually go for that hint, even though it's like right there.
Yeah, quite reasonable for Chexium to take a look into Turtle Rock at this point. In fact, the Ice Rod is in Turtle Rock, so he can finish Turtle Rock.
Oh yes, unless he can't open it.
But he has to have a look at what a medallion is. So I reckon he will be doing that.
Speaking of French vanilla items earlier, the Ice Palace has one of the mail upgrades as well. So Hill is getting the blue mail that you would normally get as vanilla item in Ice Palace.
Endless gets the hint tile about the Pyramid Fairy, which unfortunately Chexium already did. So again, it is saving a little bit of time here. At the same time, though, Chexium hasn't done his East Death Mountain play. It checks yet, so he can do this at the same time as seeing what medallion is required for Turtle Rock.
Oh yes,
so a little bit more efficient for Chexium, and especially more efficient for him if he can already get inside.
Yeah, I can also do the Super Bunny Cave, the lowest chest in Hookshot Cave, and potentially Turtle Rock if you can get inside.
Yeah, if Hookshot is in Turtle Rock, then he could do Hookshot Cave on his way out.
And could also walk over and do the Spike Cave if he so desired. Would have to use some of his bottle contents, but
There's Quake medallions, so that will get you into tomorrow. Also some powder, which is a nice bonus.
Oh yeah, powder is always nice to find. It's a very lovely safety. And Colster is getting just absolutely destroyed here by Ellis.
So that Quake is super nice for Chexium because now he's got a 2 out of 3 chance of getting into Turtle Rock.
So unless it's Bombos...
It's Quake!
And it is not. Quake, the all-purpose key for both of the medallion dungeons. Didn't even need that ether. But we do need the ether tablet for the Cane of Samara that Etium just picked up. Let's see if Etium also is going to make the way over to Dark Death Mountain. Has the mitts, has the cane, has the fire rod. So nothing's stopping Etium here.
And it is just dipping over into Eastern Palace and Pod, and he does have bottles, and I believe he has a potion, so he can do potion glitch. So he's not going to be locked out of Pod like Wolfie was, but he may still be barking up the wrong tree considering he's sequence breaking. It's definitely looking like Turtle Rock is the progress choice of the best choice to make here.
Mhm.
And that's just benefiting Chex Human because of his routing, and Idiom because of checking that hint out in Swarm Palace.
Mhm. Somebody in chat bringing up that mimic clip. That one is not considered legal in most randomized races. So that mimic clip, is very difficult to execute. It's also fairly recent, like a couple months old, and not considered part of the legal or like the rules or glitches that we can use rather for the purpose of random races.
I think it is allowed in the daily races, but in this SD Live tournament, it is definitely not.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely restricted, so you won't be seeing any mimic clips in SD Live. That said, mimic clips are fairly uncommon because almost all seeds you are going to get the bow before you get into Gannis Tower.
Mm-hmm.
It requires a strange situation where both Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness are pendants, and you don't find a bow anywhere else, and you're going in and you're gambling on doing that mimic clip. So it's quite uncommon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also since it's not like allowed for SG Live, and probably won't be allowed, like I assume, for like future tournaments. You know, why even do it in dailies? It's like
Cheximan took a lot of chomps from the chain chomps there and gets bailed out by a fairy.
yeah, this is one of the nightmare rooms because these chomps do a ton of damage. The Racing Council is still debating it. All right, thanks, chat. And the Asteroid was in the roller room here behind the torches. So Chex Human has acquired it and now fully beat the dungeon. And Etium realizing, oh yeah, I don't have the hook shot, I have to take the long way. Oops.
Yeah, when you get used to little tricks like that, you can get caught out by not having the means to actually do that trick.
Yeah, you usually like that's just muscle memory at that point. Luckily, there's that little crevice that you can take to turn around again. You don't have to waste all that time either going back to the entrance or going the entire way. So.
Idiom takes a step to the rollers, but it's probably deliberate to get him back to the start. Except he's got a fairy, so
yeah,
nope. Not good.
That might have been on purpose, but forgetting about the fairy, or it may have been not on purpose and then was saved by the fairy. So. Probably more likely to be on purpose, though. Let's see what Mimic Cave has. Officially, Turtle Rock has 5 items, but I always consider Mimic Cave like a sort of a 6th item because really,
I don't think I've seen anything useful in Mimic Cave in all of 2019. I think, anecdotally, the hint out I see the most is some cash. Whoa! Flippers in the big chest.
Oh, well. That does open up Swamp.
So, yeah, that puts Ice Palace in logic now.
And that opens up Swamp as well. So, for our runners, we don't have to go there. But options are starting to run out. Bow still has not been found. And,
yeah, that does pretty much make it bow mode now.
In essence, yes. We still have to find the hookshot theoretically, but we know at least like where it is likely to be. So it's either here in TR.
Also the lamp, so everything makes sense. Like this stuff from here.
Yeah, that's true. We still haven't found a lamp, so Honestly, I have absolutely no clue where the lamp
The
could be.
rightful location for the lamp now would be some in swamp, because the logic would then be expecting you to dip out of Turtle Rock, get the flippers, and then go back into the rock.
Ugh. Don't even. Wow, that would be gross. And then like,
Well, okay, I think that's going word for it, checks human.
oh well, hello there, Bo.
He's just got to get his hook shot from either one of these chests or Trinex, and he's sorted.
Well, it could also be on Vitreous.
Oh yeah, true. Hookshot is locked behind Cadence and Mike. It could be on Vitreous.
Yeah, or it could be in the right side of GT. Those are the only locations. So it's either on Trinex or those two locations. That said, yeah, does not sound fun. We also found a fourth bottle on the laser bridge as well, which also had a fairy in it. So no bees this season. I'm actually like disappointed. Ilus isn't sure where to go from here. Because Ilus has not done...
He's trying to set up something here, but I'm not sure what. That's not a setup for anything I've seen before.
It's a fake flipper setup, but I'm not sure what Ilus is trying to accomplish here. Catfish? Apparently. Huh.
Oh, okay. So that was a compass on Trinex. So, yeah, hookshot is either going to be, like you said, in GT or Mizumaya.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's pretty likely that Chex Human would go to GT before Mizumaya. Although, he would have to go up the mountain again. He doesn't have all the crystals, obviously.
Yeah.
And where's that lamp?
Yeah, that lamp has been ever elusive. It's not in Ice Palace. It might be bulwarked in Pod. That would be wow. If that is the case, this season has been just utterly gross so far. Because logically, if it is in Pod, the game would have expected you. No, it can't be in Pod because the bow was on Laser Bridge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't.
It could be in Swamp Palace, but not Pod.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it definitely could be in Swamp Palace. Man. Yeah, it's either in Mire or in Swamp Palace at this point.
I know the approximate that there's a 0% chance of Chex Human will be going into Swamp Palace to put himself in logic if he's looking for lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, we're probably not gonna see Swamp Palace.
I know none of Chex Human, Illus, and Idiom are going to be checking out Swamp Palace for the lamp. I'm not sure about Wolfie's experience with Dark Rooms though.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Wolfie's experience with Dark Rooms either, so... Considering Wolfie is diving into the rock without a lamp, I assume Wolfie at least is familiar with Dark Rooms, or comfortable doing them.
I'll be interested to see how many checks he makes looking for the hookshot.
I mean, who got that hint? Did everybody get the hint about the hookshot location? I don't remember where it was.
In, I think it was in the front of, the front of Swamp was about the,
King of Sumaria.
on the top.
Where was that hookshot? Was that in Ice Palace, maybe? I think it was in Ice Palace.
It might have been in Ice Palace.
So, only Illus has seen it so far.
Chex Human is going straight for Helmasaur here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically the logic in doing bosses first before clearing the dungeons is generally, I have to do the boss anyway because it's a crystal. So I may as well kill the boss first, and if that one doesn't have an item, I know I have to full clear. Otherwise, like, you know, say the Dark Maze has just trash in it, you may as well, you know.
Of course, when you're only looking for one item left, it makes sense to go for bosses and places like Palace of Darkness first, or Swamp Palace if you were to happen to go in there. Although, if you were to go into Swamp Palace, you'll be doing a full clear because it's a pendant and you want to maximize your checks, not just go for the boss.
Yeah, especially if you find a big key early, it makes a lot of sense to, at least in those dungeons that require a big key, it makes a lot of sense to do the boss first, and then do the rest of the dungeon.
It's actually been making use of a fire rod there for the Tower room. That's not a logical sequence of plays because logic is expecting you to have the lamp for that room and the previous rooms, but it helps so much if you're actually going through Paths of Darkness without a lamp.
That said, I think V31 is going to add the option to include the fire rod as a logical axis for dark rooms that have torches in them.
Okay.
Yeah. And down goes King Helmasaur. Crystal number 6 here for checks human. Helmasaur does have an item, but it's not one we want to see, just some bombs.
Yeah.
So that means...
I doubt very much he's going to go into the rest of pod, unless... yeah, I think he's just going to go straight for Ice Palace now. He's hoping to get hookshot along the way of his crystals, and along the way of his crystals, he'll probably be getting a hint in Ice Palace about the hookshot, and that will just put his mind at ease, because he knows it's either going to be Fritrius or GT.
Yeah. Yeah, the thought here is probably, I'm going to kill the bosses first. If any on the chests on the way have the hookshot, yay. If not, I'm going to have to keep looking. And you don't lose a lot of time going back into Palace of Darkness. That's an Ice Palace is a very long dungeon, so we'll see if he full clears it. Apparently, Willie Prower in chat saying, "Can checks hover?" I'm not sure.
Hovering knowledge of individual runners is not something I keep up to date with at all.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
But if checks can hover, then yeah, obviously you don't need the hookshot.
Cheximan is skipping the hint tiles in here, so he may not even get the knowledge about the hookshot. Maybe he's going for the hover.
That's very possible, yeah.
Although he is going for the bomb jump here rather than the hover. I've seen people who hover this. It doesn't save time compared to doing a really quick bomb jump like Cheximan did, but you know, it's swag.
I mean, why swag if you can just bomb jump and save time? I know some people value swag over time saves, but, you know.
Personally, I can't do time or swag, so it's irrelevant to me either way.
Chloe, no, he did not, because Checks Human did not check the Ice Palace hints that have, or the Ice Palace hint that has that information. The only person who picked up that hint was Illis.
If I remember correctly, I think it was on the hint tile in the big icy room, to the right of the fall down to the big chest.
You mean the one with the bumpers and the pengators in it?
No, like the long vertical room halfway down Ice Palace, with it's the entire floor is ice tiles. I don't know what the name of the room is.
Yeah, that really, really long, like vertically long room.
Yeah.
That was the Pyramid Fairy hint, I think. I think the
Oh,
ice.
right.
I think the cane hint was, or like the hookshot hint was the one in Stalfos room, if you remember right. But Chex Human kills Coaster, and Lithium kills King Halosaur. We have a double kill on the stream. And we also have 7 crystals on Chex Human's side. You know what that means, right? Chat's already putting numbers.
Yeah, enter a number between 1 and 22 for where you think the big key is. Also, bonus round. If you think Chex Human is going to find a hookshot somewhere, put in a number for that too.
And since we're not having a tournament race, we're not going to use the bot. So all you're going to get is our admiration for getting things right. And yeah, without hookshot, we have to take the long route. We have to go via the route of Palpera. So that's why we have to take this way. Man, this has been a very fast seed. Early boots, casual mode, but and even then, like, we didn't
You
do
can
it.
make a ton of it. Like, you don't need the flippers because you can get into ice pads out the flippers. And if you can hover, you don't need a hookshot either.
Yeah. So, Chex Human entering Ganon's Tower at 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 37 seconds. Man, that's fast.
So, number 1, 10 hours on a torch.
Bob lives. Yeah, there it is. See, the Stalfos hint, hint tile.
Okay.
It just picked up was the King of Samaria holding the hookshot hint. And
Chex is bonking and bomb jumping. Yep, you can get into this room by logic with those.
Yeah, you only cannot get, I think, like the lower part. Well, there's a shovel. We know that probably won't hold anything useful for us, so
that was chests 2 to 5. He's going right side now. So Dark Magician plays, but quite reasonable when you don't have a hookshot. Six and 7, 20 rupees and a compass.
sadly, Bomb does not not hold down the switch there. Oh yeah, it could be in tile room as logically as well. So man,
you don't need the Cane of Samaria for tile room, right?
You do. You have to open that switch with the King of Samaria.
Of course, right.
Yeah. That would be gross. Hookshot in tile room. Alright, so here we have the right side. Moment of truth. It's not here. Actually, hold on. Would Armos, Ice Armos, and Bob Chest also count as being able to go there? But yeah, I don't think the logic accounts for that. So it has to be either in Tarum or in on Vitris. Man, that's just gross.
Yeah, you can get over here with bonk jumps, but I'm just not sure of the room with the fire crawlers. There's the big key.
There's the big key.
I think Chex is on his way up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let's count here. That was 5 for left side, then the 2 in Hope room for 6 and 7, for then the right side chests were 8, 9, 10, 11. So that was 12.
Yes.
If I'm counting correctly. Let's scroll up here. 12.
Nobody gets 12. There were a couple of 11s and 13s, but the first one, which was closest, was Dimensive with 13.
Yeah.
So, Dimensive, you win the opportunity to run the seed yourself and work out where on earth the lamp and hookshot are, because we're definitely not going to be seeing them on Check's human side.
Yeah. Please tell us. We really want to know.
Elias is taking on the Helmsaw King right now, and he's probably going to be heading up to, well, they are going to be heading up to Turtle Rock themselves too. Very short, not Turtle Rock, Ganon's Tower very shortly too. But Elias was also the only one who, apart from Check's human, who has both cleared out Ice Palace and gotten the hint tile. So I think, well, no, Edium checked out the hint tile too. So only Elias and Edium know that the hookshot is locked behind the Cave of Samaya. And Edium is gambling on Ganon's Tower himself.
Yeah. Technically, we still don't know exactly if Ganon's Tower is out for the count. So, Hookshot could still be in Tile Room. Hookshot can be in Bob's chest or Ice Arrows, because you can reach those from the right side with just the boots. So that's about it.
Alright, so Edium is going right first. Having the knowledge about that hint, he may well be deciding to do what you said, which is to go straight to Bob and Ice Armors, but nope, he's just taking out the right and going left instead. Human not checking out the chest here because he doesn't care.
And Ilus gets dead rocked. Like they're such cute little guys, and then they're such a pain in the neck to deal with.
Now, here you're going to see Check Human to demonstrate why a hookshot is needed simply by defying the laws of physics, but in this case, physics wins the first round.
What do you mean he's defying the laws of physics? Have you never seen a Roadrunner cartoon? Wile E. Coyote always walks like...
He walks off a bit, then he hovers in mid-air, looks down, and then falls. He doesn't make it to the other side.
Yeah. And Check Human is just... demonstrating that. But yeah, Molderm does not think that Check's Human should be allowed to hover there. Looks like Check's Human is not gonna take this anymore, and it's just gonna kill Molderm and then hover, so Molderm can't knock him off anymore. And gets it.
Edium is checking out Tower Room. It is probably the smart thing to do, but if you can hover, then no need. But there's not really many runners that you can say can hover. It has gotten into practice quite a bit more in 2019, but it's still not a trick you will see very often, except from really experienced runners. And even if you're an experienced runner, trying to hover, it requires a lot of dexterity on the controller. I don't think it's something I could pull off. Hey, there it is! Hookshot in tow room.
Wow. That is just disgusting, man.
But EDM still needs a big key, so he's going back in.
Yeah. Yeah, EDM would have, like, if Hookshot wasn't in here, EDM would have mirrored out and gone to Meyer to get it. Luckily in very big air quotes there, it wasn't GT after all, but it wasn't Tile Room, so, you know, the payoff. And checks human already again, and wow.
Yeah, no silver, so he is going to have to do a spin to the last phase, but Tempered Sword makes the first 3 phases pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Illis is the only one who.
Illis.
Oh no! What are you doing?
Yeah, he's getting Maya.
Oh boy. Yeah, Justin was about to say Illis was the only one picking up silver arrows, so yeah. Oh, and checks human took a fall.
He still has a really comfortable lead over EDM here, so...
oh yeah.
This isn't good. So unless he takes a couple more Ganon falls or worse at death, then he's still in a good spot.
Ooh.
He's actually mirroring Array. I know. He wants to get some magic refills because he doesn't have enough magic to keep the torches lit.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and Wolfie got the hint about the hookshot location as well. Of course, does not know where this behind the King of Samaria location is supposed to be. Could be that they will end up like Illis and go to Meyer, or that they gamble against Tower like Idiom did and manage to get into Tower Room. No. I still can't believe Hookshot wasn't Tower Room. That's so ridiculous. And Jax Human with the convenient portal right there. Oh wow!
He gets stuck in the fence and then gets out of the fence anyway. Huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wow, I thought he was gonna mirror bonk there, but no.
Okay, Ganon, take 2. I'm actually not sure now if he actually took the fall deliberately because he knew he wouldn't have enough magic.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So Idiom is just approaching Landmurders 2 here, and even if Checkhuman takes a death or another 4 here, he is going to have at least a third shot at Ganon before Idiom unfortunately has a chance of catching up. This was very close behind Idiom until deciding to nope out of Ganon's Tower and check out Mizumaya for the King of Spire, because Mizumaya is also Fitchius is also cane locked. Fitchius could have had a hookshot, but it's in Tower.
It looks like looks like the big key might also be on in its vanilla location as well, so that's a pain as well.
Wolfie is about to finish up in Ice Palace, and we'll see if he goes to Ganon's Tower, goes straight to Maya instead. And now Checkhuman is on the last phase of Ganon. He's got to do spins and not fall off.
Oh no, Wolfie! On half a heart, please, Wolfie, you have potions. Oh.
He's got 1 purple down. He's 2 purples down. Okay, he's good. Checkhuman is still spinning Ganon.
Yeah, even with Tempered Sword, Silver requires a good amount of spins to take him down.
I always forget the exact number of spins that you need for Ganon on your sword level. That's why I don't like to spin Ganon.
But down goes Big Pig. 12 spins, apparently. Thank you, Run Watcher. I was gonna say 12, but I wasn't sure if that was the right number. But it was, so...
Alright, Tex Heeman makes it across the bridge, and he finishes in first place on our restream. Although, we have had a couple of finishers already in the IRC channel ahead of Tex Heeman. So, in first place was Ayoshi with a time of 1 hour 13 minutes 49 seconds. Second place was Gamercow with a time of 1 hour 15:35. Third place, Goomba 90 with a time of 1 hour 16:26. Bonta in fourth place with a time of 1 hour 18:58, and Tex Human coming in fifth with 1 hour 19:22 seconds. We've also had quite a few forfeits from a few people who have seen the amazing times that our runners have done and thinking, oh my, I'm never going to be able to get to that, and giving up there and then.
Down goes Molder and 2 here for Etium. Oh, looks like our last shield upgrade was there in that chest.
So Idiom has attained some lag and some swag. Swag lag.
Guess you could say Molder bullying Chexium earlier was quite a riot. I'm sorry. I'm gonna see myself out now. Yeah, so the question, chat here: where is the lamp? It has to be in Swamp House. Like, there's basically no other option. We've seen, I think, most of Mire, if not all of the items in Mire, and I didn't really pay much attention, to be honest. And
it can't be in Pod because Pod was bow locked and Bow was on Laser Bridge. So yeah, it pretty much has to be in Swamp, I reckon. Which is disgusting.
Yeah,
absolutely disgusting.
Potter was in the Super Bunny Cave.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen Magic Bat either. Huh.
Yeah, so, and I don't believe there was any item behind the Dark Room to get there to the Super Bunny Cave. So it could be on the Magic Bat, but it's very likely to be in Swamp. Like, very likely.
So Illis is the only one of our runners with the silver arrows because Illis was the only runner to do the blacksmith chain. So Idiom is going into this in the same level as Tex Human, but he does have some refill potions, so he's not going to have to dip out to refill his magic.
And we have Chex Human joining us here for a little chit chat. GG's Chex.
GG.
So you can hover. Do you want to know where the hookshot was?
Yes. Where was it?
It was in Tile Room.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. There was a hint in Ice Palace that said that the hookshot was King of Samaria lock, and it ended up being in Tile Room. Yeah. You skipped over that though.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
but
Powerful hints.
yeah, this seed had really good hints. Yeah, like the Ice Rod and the there was a hint for the King of Samaria as well.
There was?
Yeah, it was in Swamp Palace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the runners went into Swamp Palace to check the hint. But yeah, so how do you feel about this seed? This was really fast.
Yeah, it was fun, casual starting boots, which I haven't really done before, since it's kind of a new thing. And yeah, just a pretty straightforward seed.
Mm-hmm. I do have a question. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I did more overworld clearing than I should have for what I needed for go mode, so could have been faster. Also, I forgot what I was doing on Ganon. I forgot that I had enough magic if I were careful, and I just didn't think about that correctly. So that's why I went to get magic.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question. Whether that drop was deliberate to refill your magic and get some potions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
Also, I really needed the small shield.
Well, I mean, you could have gotten the small shield out of Molder and 2's chest.
Oh yeah, okay. Good to know.
Yeah, but that said, Etium is finishing here second on the restream, so get your GGs in. We'll be crossing the bridge and finishes up in 8th place overall with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 49 seconds. Between Chex Human and Etium, we have He's Just a Boy and Dragon Strike 1988 finishing in 6th and 7th respectively. So GG's to all of you there. One of the other runners, Guma90, this game is dumb. Sometimes it can be, can't it? So yeah, once you got that bow in Laser Bridge, did you know that there was nothing left for you to do? You just can go do the crystals you have left. And
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Yeah. We thought you were considering like gomoting it. Somebody in chat brought up that you can just hover because we were thinking you were going to look for the hook shot. But yeah, that wasn't needed.
Nope. Yeah. So another thing I did to waste time was check pedestal. I think at that time there was nothing on the pedestal that could have been progression for me.
Mm-hmm. And we have Etium joining us here as well. GG's to you.
Hey. GG's.
GG's.
Did you hover checks?
Yeah.
Of course. I got bailed out. I don't know if you go-moded Ice Pals, but there was a hint in Ice Pals that the hook shot required a cane of Samaria.
Yeah, apparently I missed that hint.
So it was in tile room.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's questionable.
man, I hate missing the torch glitch when I don't have the lamp and I'm silverless. That's really rough. I'm glad I almost didn't make it. I only had, I think, 1 cycle left before I ran out of magic.
Yeah, I saw you were running low on magic there, and I think you also had no more potions after the blue one. So
yeah, I had to use that blue one somewhere. So that was tight, but luckily I got it. That would have been pretty awful if I didn't.
yeah. But
the hints in this seed were pretty OP.
yeah,
For sure.
Ice Road location, Cane of Samaria location, Hookshot location. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think the others all were trash, but or mostly trash at least. But yeah. Actually, I think there was a Pyramid Fairy hint as well. That one also was pretty useful.
Oh, I never got that.
I think that one was like in the the large ice covered room in Ice Palace with like the bumpers and the Pangators in it. Yeah, I think it was in that one.
Yeah, well, once I got the hint for the hook shot, there was no reason to check any more hints. I just was either in GT or on Vitreous. That was it.
Yeah. We were assuming you were gambling that it's gonna be in GT, and
well, I was gonna check a few chests in Ice Palace. I wanted to. Basically, I bailed out a pod. I was just like, I'm just gonna gamble it's not in pod, and I'm gonna go clear Ice Palace and see if it's hookshot locked. And if it's not, then I will just go straight to GT.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm surprised I only got 8. I thought I routed this pretty well. But, I guess I did like a few extra dual checks, like catfish and stuff that didn't pan out.
Yeah. And let me think here. Yeah, that probably was like one of your biggest time investments there. But you know, overall, you still did pretty well. Like you're not that far behind Czech's human either. It's like a few minutes, and like just 10 minutes behind the first finisher as well. So you know, it's not like a significant time loss, I would say.
No, I mean I feel pretty good overall about this seed.
Yeah.
That hint in ice really bailed me out though.
Yeah, be happy you did not get baited into doing the chase though. Because the big key also was in the vanilla location in Meyer, as we've seen on Ellis' side there. So.
Oh, Ellis did Meyer.
Yeah, Ellis did Meyer before going to GT, so.
That must have been a gamble.
Yeah, it probably was. That said, speaking of Ellis, he is on Ganon now into phase 2 here, while Wolfie is at the top of the tower now and doing the torturing, so. Oh, Ellis did... Oh! Well, Ellis did GT, the right side, then Meyer, and then Falcon.
Oh no! Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
Oh, so he must have probably was in GT before me then.
Yeah, I don't recall which one of you was in GT first. That said, Illis did at least find the silver arrows, so it's gonna have a much easier time than Ganon.
I see no one found the lamp.
Yeah, we're thinking it's probably in Swamp. Like it also could be on a magic bat, but we're pretty like 6 items in Swamp. It has to be in Swamp, right? And Illis taking down Ganon here.
Well, can't be in the back of Swamp because the hook shot is lamp blocked.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, would have to be in the front of Swamp. GG's to Illis here, finishing 3rd on the restream. And let's see here, 17th overall with an official ultimate of 1 hour, 32 minutes, 2 seconds. Still a very fast time. And joining us here as well for a little chat here, Illis. GGC.
GG.
That was not a very confident GG there.
Yeah, I failed. Like, I thought that, you know, the right side was key-locked, and Tyroom is part of the right side, right? So Tyroom is key-locked. So that happened.
Oh, so that's why you went out and went to Meyer first, then?
Yeah. I think that cost me like at least 8 minutes. Maybe.
Yeah, especially because Meyer also had like, I think the big key was like in the vanilla location, so if I saw it right.
Yeah, and you had to go back to the GT like the long way. Go up the mountain again, go mirror again, and to T-Rock and back again. It all cost quite a lot of time, but in the end it was really my fault for not realizing that, so I guess that's deserved.
I mean, it happens, you know?
Yeah, true, but I don't know. The last time I was on Restreamed, I forgot to I managed to forget Hype Cave. So recently, somehow it doesn't work out with my brain.
Yeah, but still, like I feel like the hints in this seed were really strong, and like generally, I feel like the items were in pretty comfortable locations outside of the hookshot, of course.
Yeah, that's true. It was very straightforward. The ice rod in Turtle Rock hint, it would have helped me if I hadn't been stumped by that cane. Because after getting there, I immediately went back up the mountain and didn't have the book, and so finding the cane was quite a feat for me.
Yeah,
but
that. I guess you didn't check the hint in Swamp.
no, I didn't.
It said cane is on a tablet.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of going out on the way to check hints. I tend to skip some that are
Yeah.
kind of,
the spectacle rock hint. I think the only person who picked it up was Wolfie. I'm not sure if any of you also picked it up.
I always check that one.
Yeah, that one was unique item in Desert Palace, which ended up being a myth. So
yeah, that wasn't really a helpful hint because I was gonna go straight to desert as soon as I could anyway.
I mean, it could have been, but it wasn't. But you know.
I wanted to go to desert after finding the book, but then I figured, yeah, maybe I want to wait for the bow because I wanted to route Infernal Ferry into Port, but in the end it didn't work out at all. Yeah. Still, most of my route was pretty good. Could have finished easy top 10, I think. So that's a bit sad. But as I said before, it's totally deserved, right?
Yeah.
If you don't think about that.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt you there, but Wolfie also finishing last year on the restream in 20th place with an official settle time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 55 seconds. A GG to Wolfie as well, who's also joining us here.
GG's.
GG, Wolfie.
GG.
GG.
Oh man, that Mostula.
Yeah, Mothula really bullied you, didn't it?
Yeah, it went so well, but since Mostula, it just went downhill so bad.
And then, like, the rude tempered sword in that chest that's, like, in the backside there. Man.
Yeah, I was very happy about that.
But it was, like, also, like, just rubbing it in, too.
Oh, yeah.
Could have had it. You could have, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm gonna check that chest. Maybe it's helpful. If not, I'm gonna leave and come back. But yeah.
So, what's your opinion on Hookshot being in Paladin?
I mean, after Ice Palace, you knew, but I was thinking this is a goddamn hover seat, and I'm not about that.
Hashtag ban hovering.
Oh yeah.
I agree, absolutely.
Ban hovering. But yeah, I mean, I would have done Tie Room anyway. I just forgot about it when I got there, but yeah.
And yeah, like Goomba pointing out in chat, without that hint, the seed would have been quite miserable. Yeah, it really would have been. Not knowing where the hookshot is, and then, you know, you'd have some people going into Eastern Mire, Swamp Palace, looking for it, clearing Ganon's tower as much as he could. Ugh.
It didn't really
Honestly,
affect. Yeah.
With how Ice Palace was not hookshot locked, I would have gone pretty early. Like I would have gone to GT like pretty early, simply because if it's not hookshot locked, then the odds that you find a hookshot in GT are probably quite high.
Yeah, I mean, same. The only difference it would have made is I would have probably checked a few more chests in Ice Palace. But other than that, yeah. But other than that, I mean, I was probably heading straight to GT after Ice.
Yep, same.
Right. So thank you all for joining us for a little chat here. I think we should be thinking about wrapping things up here. So unless anybody of you folks has any final thoughts about the seat?
Oh, just thanks for commentating and thanks, Trackers.
Yeah, thanks for the restream.
I want to repeat that the council could consider banning hovering. It makes life really miserable in the 1% of the seat that matters. Yeah, but else, thanks, guys.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all about that. Thanks for restreaming.
Right, thank you also for running for us today. Guys watching at home, please don't forget to follow all of the runners who have been on the restream here. Chex Human, Illis24, Wolfie Dragon 1990, and Etium 2. Make sure to give them a follow for putting out a great show for us tonight. And also thank you, of course, to the runners who have not been on stream. And thank you to our trackers, Nilson Alex and Mama Sheepy. And also, thank you to my co-commentary, Revolving Ocelot. It was a lot of fun.
And thank you too. Also for doing the horrible interview, because I suck at interviews.
I'm not particularly great at them either, admittedly. But, you know, that said, if any of you still want to see some speed action, coming up at 5 p.m. On Speed Gaming 2 is the Metroid Prime Randomizer tournament. Metroid Prime Random is pretty cool, so if you haven't seen that one, make sure to check that out. There is a Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight Any Percent tournament over at Speed... well, actually here, right here at Speed Gaming, no number, also at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you want to see more ALTTPR, there is going to be the 9 p.m. daily, which is going to be an open early boots over on Speed Gaming 4. And there's also going to be a whole lot of Pokemon and Azure Drains as well. Make sure to check out the schedule if you're interested in any of these. Also, chat, if Hookshot wasn't tolerated. Come on. Anyway, that said, that's it from us today. And thank you everybody for watching. See you at 9 p.m. at that daily.